look at her, just keeps on getting better with her hand in mine. So we're walking by the shore, I've got something to say, but words can't describe the way that I feel.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's super exciting to have you here. I know it has been such a long time since I've done like a main channel video like this, but since I've been working with my new manager Pippa, I thought that it would be a cool idea to start getting back into at least once a week having a main channel video. So without further ado, welcome to our Get Ready for Uni guide. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. Stay tuned for the whole video because we will have a giveaway at the end, and we went shopping just for you, so I know you're going to love it. Okay, so the first thing that I thought we would go through is the whole idea of Q-tag. Now, it's a scary thought for so many of you because it is such a massive part of applying to uni. It's pretty much the only thing you apply for uni and things like TAFE with. So it can be very confusing and very overwhelming, and I totally understand that. It took me so long to go through mine, and I remember it was such a stressful experience for me, but don't worry, that's what this video is for, so that we can help each other through this. So the first thing that you will need is your Q-tag guide to tertiary courses. This year's version looks like this, and you can purchase it at news agencies if you haven't already got one through school. Now inside of this, the best, first place you should actually go to is your table of contents. Now this has all the information that you need to know on the courses that you want to find and steps to how to apply for your study. So for example, let's have a look with what can we choose. Let's flip to it. Alright, so some universities are color-coded, and actually in each section the universities will be listed with the course. So this one here is a Bachelor of Business Management and a Bachelor of Commerce, and that's at the University of Queensland, and their color coding is like a purpley blue color. Now this has listed your OP rank that you need for that for that course. It also has your start and finishing dates for the first round as well as the second round, so you know which to put down on your Q-tag list. And your Q-tag preference list might look a bit like this. This is my sister's one, so I'm not going to go into too much detail about what she's written, but pretty much you get the option to have 6 preferences. Now my first major advice is to actually put the one that you would really dream about first, so one that you may not even think you'd even get into. That's the one that you should put at the top of your list, because even if there's a slight chance of you getting into it, they will look at that, and if you don't get into it, there's no harm done, they just go to the next one. So the first one, say I applied for psychology, and for my first preference I loved ACU and I really wanted to go there, so I actually put that as my second preference, because even though I wanted to go to ACU, my dream university was the University of Queensland. So even though I had a feeling I wouldn't get in, I still put that as my first preference, just so that if by some random chance I was able to get into that university, at least I could. So definitely put your dream course as number 1, and then put the one that you really would be happy to do as number 2, and then just go down till you get to number 6. So that's pretty much all that you need to do, as well as putting your start month and the major offer date, which is actually in this book. So again, this book is your must-have for getting ready for uni. So if you're in a situation like I was in, I had no idea what to study, and I had 2 options on my mind, and those were psychology and a Bachelor of Paramedicine. Paramedicine was more of a dream for me, but I still thought that I could really do it. I really wanted to do it. So I actually was so freaking out, and at that time my parents were just way too overwhelming with what course I wanted to do, and I wanted to make sure it was my choice and not anyone else's. So I actually sat down, and at the time my boyfriend was saying to me, you should actually write down lists and have a look at the pros and cons of each one and then make your decision. So I actually sat down with him, and I got a notebook similar to this, and I pretty much just opened it up to a blank page, and I literally did a line right down the middle for each course, and I wrote pros and cons. And in that I just wrote down things like how much the course cost, OP entries, the university, what it was like and whether I would like it. I wrote down the benefits of going to that university rather the other one. I wrote down the course detail. I wrote down everything that I could think of that would help me make a decision on whether or not to choose that course. And it is so confusing and very overwhelming, but I promise you that that list will help, because you can really weigh up which is going to be better for you in the long term. So in the long term, I actually chose psychology, and I've been doing it for 2 years and I absolutely love it. So that's a great way to do it. And along those lines of using notebooks, I really recommend getting like 1 or 2 notebooks to start planning your uni experience. So I got a smaller one, which is from Typo, and I actually wrote down like all of the things that I needed to get before uni started. And then with this one, I started writing down like goals. I started writing down like the subjects that I was going to be doing, because once you get your offer round in, it actually will start to tell you all the subjects you'll do for your first semester. And that's like such a great way to start getting organised, because the best way to go into uni is to have all your healthy habits in line before you even get there, because once you get there, it can be a little bit of a scary experience because it's a new stage of your life. So you want to make sure that you're organised and that you have everything planned so that it's a smooth ride and you don't have to stress about too much. Alright, so the next thing that I highly recommend for getting ready for uni is finding a really good backpack. Now this one here is from Miss Shop. I believe it was about $20, and it's really cool. It's such a beautiful backpack, as well as just having really pretty detail, but it's also quite sturdy, which is awesome because you want to be carrying a lot of things in your backpack. And if you want to invest in anything, I really suggest investing in a good backpack. So I thought I'd show you the things that I usually take to university. I would show you my laptop. I usually take my laptop with me in a bag, but sometimes because it is quite bigger, I like to carry it separately. But anyway, I'll go into detail and show you what's in here. So the first thing is my planner, and my planner is one of my favorite things in the world. I got this one from Kiki K, and I actually made it myself. So I got one of their diaries and put it inside a leather pocket. And it literally looks like this. It's just got some really big spaces for each day, as well as some little spaces for the weekends. And I highlight, I color code, and I do everything that I can to make it the most organized space. And it also has a place for your pen, which is really cool. So that's one of the things I use. The next thing I make sure I take is a massive water bottle. At university, I can't stress enough how important it is to be drinking water, because honestly you focus so much better when you have lots of water in you, and you are so much more healthy. So this one I got from Typo, and it says, "You are bored, not hungry, drink some water and shut up." So I think that's so relevant to uni, because I'm constantly like in my lectures just crying because I'm so hungry. So this is a great way to stay hydrated and stay healthy. The next thing that I have is a small packet of tissues. Now, I have been sick so much lately, and honestly it's embarrassing when you're sitting in the front of your lecture and your nose is like completely running. It is terrible. So you want to have a packet of tissues on hand, just so that you can either give them to the person next to you if they're having trouble, or you can use them yourself. These ones were like $1 from Typo, so you can get them anywhere and they're super cheap. The next thing that I have, I showed you before, is just some notebooks. And make sure you choose really pretty ones, because you want to be staying motivated as much as possible, and small things like design notebooks and organization like color coding and things like that. It's a great way to stay organized and keep you on track. And the last thing that I have, or the second last thing I have actually, is some body mist. Now honestly, when you start uni, it is so hot, and you can just be stressing and sweating a lot, and it is the worst thing to be sitting next to someone who has terrible BO. I've gone through that situation so many times, and I kind of wish I could like sneak it out and just sort of spray it next to them. Not that I would ever do that, but I'm just saying, make sure that you smell the best that you can, because you never know when you might be sitting next to that special someone who you may encounter later on in your years of uni. So make sure you have something that smells amazing. This one is the pink grapefruit body mist from the Body Shop, and I have the peach one, and Pippa has the pink grapefruit one. So this is actually her one that I kind of stole of her because I used all of mine up. So definitely invest in some of this. This is like $16 and it lasts ages. So get some of that one. And the last thing that I have is just a pencil case. Again, with the pretty designs, like you really want to be staying as motivated as possible, and having things that you love is so important. So I got this one from Typo, and it's so beautiful. It's just got such beautiful detailing on it, and it's also a really awesome size. Like you don't want too much bigger than that, and it just keeps everything together so that it's not leaking on your new bag. Now, as I was talking about before, like you really want to have some great healthy habits before you go into university, and one of them is saving money. I honestly struggled so much with that because you go to university and you have so much more freedom than you do at high school, and you start working and earning more money and you just want to be spending it all the time. So I really recommend starting some saving habits, and so the way that I'm doing it lately is by using saving jars. Now, I wrote 2 different ways of doing this for you guys so that you have different options and different ways to make it fun and exciting. So the first jar that I did was just a plain jar, like I think this one might have had some pasta sauce in it, and a great way to actually make it decorative and reusable is by using liquid chalk markers, and they're like $5 at Officeworks and Target and Coles and things like that. So I just wrote down the cause that I'm saving money for, and you can stick it in your room or on your desk or anywhere else in the house. Wherever you have spare coins, you can always just chuck in a little bit of money. With this one, I used a black tape that I got from IKEA, and I used my white pen from Officeworks, and I just wrote textbooks on it because textbooks are very expensive and you want to start saving for them as soon as you can. So these are my 2 saving jars, and I absolutely love using them, and it keeps me motivated to save more money. Giveaway time! I am so excited, you guys. We have reached 50 subscribers. That is freaking awesome. When I reached 50, I literally was running around the house so excited to tell you guys, because as you know, I love to do giveaways, but I only really want to be doing them as we hit like 50 and 100 and 150 and so on. So when we hit 50, I was super excited to go shopping for you guys and get some giveaway prizes. So our first big giveaway, you will be winning this gorgeous backpack that you saw in the video from Myth Shop, and like I said before, I love this backpack. So I am not keeping it for myself, I am giving it to you guys, and inside you will be receiving the notebook that I showed you from Typo. You will also receive this awesome toilet paper, because we don't want you to stress so much that you crap your pants. So we decided to give you this toilet paper just in case, and it's super cool because it has join the dots, so if you're really bored you can join the dots. The last thing that's in there is a packet of tissues with watermelons on it, because they're super cute and you always need tissues wherever you go. So that is our big giveaway, and the things that you need to do for this one, so you might want to take note, is you need to subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video your favorite study tip, you need to like or follow Instagram, and you need to subscribe to my Twitter account. So all of the information on my social medias are down in the description box, so make sure you go look underneath there, and I will be checking all of that. So if you want to win this prize, which is super awesome, you must have followed all of these things, and don't you worry, I am a good checker, so make sure you have done all of those. The second giveaway is just a smaller one as well, because we did hit 50 subscribers and I wanted to do 2. So I got this little bag that says I like big pugs, and I cannot lie, and I definitely like pugs. They are like my favorite thing ever, so I thought you guys would like them too. And inside that one I have the smaller notebook, which just looks like this one, and I have a little pencil case that you saw in the video, and a small packet of tissues with pineapples on it. Alright, so to win this second giveaway, you need to have subscribed to my YouTube channel, go over to Facebook and like my Facebook account, which is linked down below, and also follow Instagram. That's all you have to do for the smaller giveaway. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope these tips helped, and please let me know of all the other videos you want to see. Stay tuned to this channel for more amazing vlogs that I do throughout the week, and you will also see some main channel videos going up soon. I hope you guys have an amazing week. I love you so much. Bye.